words are flowing out like endless rain into a paper cup. They slither while they pass, they slip away across the universe. Pools of sorrow, waves of joy are drifting through my open mind, possessing and caressing me. Jai Guru.
The headlines today. Transport for London is sending a team of investigators to France in the wake of this week's triple bombings in Paris, Lille and the Eurotunnel. Security has been stepped up in London again, where the Prime Minister has this morning described the bombings as despicable so soon after the attacks on London's underground network earlier this year, which left over 300 dead. In other news, house prices continue to fall in London and the southeast. This June has been the coldest and wettest since records began. And power cuts continue to disrupt hundreds of thousands of homes across the country.
Hello, sweetheart. Are you all right? Oh, no. You're not, are you? Ugh. So how long is it that you've been this way? I mean, do you think... Oh, that's the doorbell. I'll ignore it. Oh, bloody bell again. I better go and answer it. Oh, it might be a burglar casing the joint. It's what they do, isn't it? Oh, dear. Phantom caller. Oh, must have been someone selling something. Nope. Can't see anyone. So, sorry about that. Where were we? What? Oh, your battery's running low. Oh, yes, you better go. Oh, yes, me too. I can't wait. Yes, we'll do that. Okay. Yeah, all right then. Take care. I'll see you then. Bye. Bye.
Hello, Helen. No, I'm not a ghost.
My God.
How are you?
Laura Wyman.
How are you? I didn't mean to give you a fright.
Right, I'm in total shock.
Well, I was hoping it would be a surprise, but a pleasant one.
Oh, I'm not very good at surprises. Oh, sorry, how rude. I haven't even said hello. Good to see you. Long time no see. You must have come in through the...
the back door, yes. I did try the bell, but...
Oh, I was on the phone. You look amazing, damn you. Hardly changed at all.
So do you. You look really well.
Euphemism for plump.
Oh, no, not at all. It really suits you.
Thanks. Do, please, sit down. Gosh, this really is amazing. I mean, it's funny. I was only thinking about you the other day. Do you find that? You think about someone and then they suddenly materialise or something. Well, it's always happening to me these days. Would you like a coffee?
Oh, I love one.
dreary old instantaneous, all right.
Oh, still calling it that.
Yes.
Instantaneous is fine. No milk. Special occasion?
What?
It's not Paul's birthday, is it?
Oh, no. I mean, no, it's not. It's just that Paul's in Paris and he's not coming back. So...
He's not left you.
Oh, no. I mean, he is coming back, but just not yet. This is just lunch. Yes, for someone else, you know. Lunch.
Not a good day for me to be turning up out of the blue then, hey?
Oh, no, honestly, Laura, it's nothing like that. It's just a friend.
Oh, well then can I join you?
Oh, no, God, that sounds so rude. I mean, well, this person, you see, they've got a few issues and, they've come to...
They wouldn't want me here.
unwind
I
it.
quite understand.
Sorry.
People have always unloaded on you, Helen.
Hmm.
You must be way down under the burden of other people's worries. Must be a very special friend.
Not really. Why?
Champagne?
Oh, yes. Well, I got it really cheap in Lidl. Anyway, I like champagne, so I thought, well, what the hell?
Quite.
There we are.
That is a very fetching frock
Oh,
you're
honestly, Laura, it's not what you think it is.
wearing. Quel dommage.
I'm a happily married woman.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Helen, really, I mean, just tell me to fuck off. It's none of my business what kind of lunch you're having. Mind if I smoke?
Oh, yes, sorry, no smoking in the house.
Jesus. Don't tell me you've got Paul to give up.
Well, he doesn't smoke in front of me or the girls.
Can't imagine Paul without a fag, but then can't imagine Paul living out here in the sticks. I mean, Esher. Never heard of it till today.
Anyway, I thought you'd given up smoking.
I did, but old habits die hard. Oh, I like your oil lamps, very bijou.
I don't know about bijou. They're a necessity. Laura, why didn't you ring first?
Should have done.
It's just, I feel bad, you know.
Oh, no, stop feeling guilty. I've only myself to blame.
Right. Well, how's Caspian? Oh, God, he's not with you, is he?
No. He's still in San Francisco. Yeah, I didn't want to take him out of school. You know, I'm only here for a few days.
Right. He must be getting quite grown up now.
12 and a half.
Oh.
Still my baby.
Millie's become a teenager with a vengeance. Oh, talk about hormones.
Really? No, Caspian is great. He's my sanity.
Millie's terrific too. It's just she attracts boys like flies, and Paul's fiercely protective. They have dreadful rows. Look, here she is. There we go.
Oh, wow. She is a knockout. Oh, no wonder Paul wants to keep her under lock and key. Like father, like daughter, eh?
Yes. And that's Katie. She's 11 now.
11? She was 3 last time I saw her. She learned to swim in our pool, remember?
Yes.
Oh, she's very pretty. She looks like you.
So everyone tells me. She'll lose all that puppy fat.
He?
Oh, that's Jalal. We sponsor him in Yemen. Paul's taken him under his wing.
Has he now? Still have that painting, I see.
Oh, yes. The bump, we call it. Leon painted it 3 weeks before Millie was born. I love it.
Yeah, well, he was painting well then.
Yes. He was a brilliant artist. Laura, why are you here?
I wondered when you'd ask. Still have those impeccable manners. I'd have asked straight away.
Yes, they do get in the way sometimes, but I am still asking.
I had to come to London on business.
Business?
Yes, but tie up a few loose ends here and there.
Oh, probate, yes, it takes forever.
I should be so lucky. Leon cut me out of his will.
Oh, well, you were separated, I suppose.
I was still his wife, Helen. And I put up with a lot of crap. Believe me, a lot of crap.
Sure. Well, it's very difficult for us, you know, we not being there.
Don't look so worried. I don't want to talk about it either, at least not now. The house in Holland Park is still in my name, thank goodness. Tax purposes, of course.
Is that where you're staying, then?
No, it's fully let. But Caspian and I are moving back here to live.
Really?
Yes. Oh, Caspian is very bright, and I want him to finish off his education here. I've got several schools to check out.
So how long have you been in London, then?
Oh, I haven't. I just arrived this morning.
This morning?
Yes, I'm pretty shattered, actually. I didn't sleep much on the plane.
But how did you find us? I mean, we haven't been in touch for 8 years.
I just hired a car at Heathrow, and I drove to your old house in Chiswick, and I asked the new owner for your address, and I need your and Paul's advice desperately.
Oh, well, Paul's not here, Laura. He's not coming back till this evening.
Oh, this evening. I can come back later.
Back?
Yes, after your lunch. I'll bring some more champagne and we'll have a reunion.
Oh, Laura, that would be lovely, but you don't want to come traipsing all the way back here from London. I mean, you must be tired.
No.
We could set a date
it's
for
not
like next
a
Wednesday.
problem because I've just booked at the hotel around the corner, the Bear, before coming here.
Wow, you were lucky to get in.
Yes, I got the last room, so you know I shall take a nice long kip this afternoon and then je reviens.
Well, not before 7, shall we say, and I'll rustle us up something to eat. Nothing grand, mind.
Bread and cheese. It'll be like the old days, remember? Sitting round the kitchen table, talking bollocks into the early hours.
Yes, I do remember, but it won't be the same without Leon.
Yeah, well, he was nice then. Must go. Leave you to your luncheon date.
Well, there are plenty of nice eating places on the high street.
Don't worry about me. I shall take a little walk around Esher and take in the sights. Are there any?
Not really. Oh, there's the race course down the road, Sandown Park.
Now you're talking.
Still riding then?
Oh, every chance I get. Caspian's a brilliant horseman. It's better than me.
Would be. We do have a front door, you know, Laura.
I want to see your garden.
Oh, right.
That's big, isn't it? Well ordered. My God, is that a vegetable patch? Very un-Paul.
Paul's changed, Laura.
Don't tell me he started talking to the plants. You must admit he was an urban man. And what's that? A garden house?
No, it was a glorified shed, but Paul converted it into a holistic centre.
Paul running a holistic centre?
No, not Paul. Me! I'm not doing physio anymore. I've nearly trained, qualified, in fact, as a homeopath. Amongst other things, you know, Reiki, acupuncture, all that sort of thing. It's what I've always wanted to do.
Good for you. I mean, does it work?
Oh, God, yes. But don't get me started.
You're a saint. I told Cass that I was coming to visit one of the nicest people I know. It's true. Au revoir. See you later.
Bye. Fuck you, Laura Wyman. Fuck you. I'm not nice. I'm not fucking nice. I don't want you here. Why didn't I just tell you to fuck off and leave us alone?
American woman, stay away from me. American woman.
Oh. Oh. Oh, dreadful noise. Oh. Oh, lost.
Bonjour, madame. Hey. I'm so sorry I'm late, Petra. How you doing?
Okay, it's taken you forever.
Yeah, they wouldn't let me through security till they'd unstitched the lining of my jacket and turned me upside down.
Unstitch the lining of your jacket.
Yeah, well, they might as well have done. They went through my cameras. They didn't like the shots I'd taken.
Well, didn't you say it was for work?
I'd lost my press card.
Oh, Paul, not
yeah.
again.
So they didn't believe me. I mean, do I look like a terrorist?
Well.
Yeah, thanks. Look, it was in my holdall.
Oh, Paul. When are you going to stop chasing these stories?
Yeah, well, if you had it your way, my sweet, I wouldn't go anywhere.
I know. I don't really sleep well until you're home safe.
Silly petal.
Have you thought any more about Max's offer? Oh, please say
I
you
will.
have.
I promise.
You'll be so much happier back in London.
Says you. Look, just stand there. Hold on. You've got a smudge just under your eye.
Oh, any excuse.
Yeah. You smell good. Very erotic. Got a new perfume?
No, I told you, mine's run out. Did you remember?
Might have done. Ta-da!
Brilliant. Oh, thank you. You've been smoking.
No, I haven't.
Oh, don't lie. I can smell it on you.
It's just one lousy cigarette.
Oh, Paul, you promised me, honestly.
Yeah, well, can we stop talking about it? I don't want to just discuss it right now, you know?
Oh, nor do I. Right.
Ah. My leg's been playing up.
Oh, no, not again.
Yeah.
I'll give it a massage later. Shall we eat? You must be starving.
Looks really nice. Champagne? Oh, God, it's not our anniversary, is it?
Oh, no, Paul, that's not till the end of next month.
Sorry.
It's smoked salmon salad and lettuce from the garden. Oh, shit, the avocado's gone brown.
Should have put some lemon juice on it.
I did. Oh, never mind. It'll still taste the same. Just don't look at it. Tell me about Paris.
Mayhem.
Oh, we saw it on the news last night. It looked appalling. They say over 100 dead.
Yeah, still counting. Yeah. Carnage. I mean, the metro is a twisted wreck from Châtelet to St. Cloud. Usual suspects. Usual response, baying for blood. There was this young doctor there. Nice young boy. Came over, helped. Beaten up. Now he's on life support.
God, that's awful. Why?
Just happened to be the wrong colour.
Bloody hooligans. Too much red meat.
Helen, I don't think that's one of your more scientific theories.
Oh, you laugh, but if you had been at that dietetic lecture I was at last week, you'd never eat meat again.
I'm quite glad I wasn't at your dietetic lecture. It's one of the few pleasures I have when I'm not with you.
Oh, honestly, Paul. Smoking, eating red meat. What else you been up to? Will you open the champagne? I'll have mine with plenty of orange juice.
We're going to have to pop it in the freezer.
Well, it's on ice.
Not anymore, it ain't. No.
Oh, no. Everything's spoiled. It's all going wrong today. I'll put it in the big...
I'll go and do it.
No, it's okay. You eat. Oh, dear.
Helen, I don't think I can eat this.
What?
I'm just not very hungry.
Why not?
Well, don't be cross, but I stopped off to fill up the car and I grabbed a sandwich. Don't look like that. Look, I didn't have any breakfast this morning. You eat it. petal. Look, it looks delicious.
I'm not hungry either.
Well, we'll have it later for supper. It'll save us cooking.
No, we can't have it later.
Why not? Helen, what are you doing?
Putting it in the compost bin.
Well, don't make me feel bad. It was only a fucking sandwich.
It's nothing to do with fucking sandwiches. Everything's spoiled. I mean, I had it all planned out. You and me alone together.
Right.
We never get a chance to talk.
No, of course we can talk.
No, we can't. I'm too wound up.
Well, we'll talk later then. Look, we've got the whole evening together. The girls are away.
No, we haven't. We've got a visitor.
A visitor?
Yes.
Oh, typical. I mean, when are you going to learn just to say no? God!
I tried to.
So, who have we got limping around tonight then? I mean, I'll go to the pub. I'm in no mood for visitors.
Laura.
Laura?
Laura Wyman.
Good God. Laura Wyman? I mean, when did she call?
She didn't. She just turned up, waltzed in through the back door.
Christ almighty. Laura Wyman?
I nearly died of shock.
People don't just turn up in Esher.
Oh, she did. She flew in this morning, hired a car, drove over to our old house, and they told her where we live, and she came straight on here.
But that's mad. We might have been away.
Well, she took a gamble, I suppose.
Typical Laura. Where is she now?
At the Bear, sleeping off her jet lag.
How did you get rid of her?
She thinks you're my lover.
Well, I am, aren't I?
No, she thinks you're someone else.
I'm not with you.
Well, she saw the table all laid up and the champagne, and I told her you were still in Paris.
And Laura, being Laura, put two and two together and made soissonnette.
Yes. I think I've rather gone up in her estimations. Lumpy old Helen, finally letting her hair down and having it away on the kitchen table.
On the placemats your mother gave us. Castles of England, perish the thought.
Yeah.
That's better. Don't let her get you down. But what time's she coming?
Oh, 7 o'clock. She's bringing more champagne.
I wonder what she wants.
Advice, she said.
Advice? We haven't seen her for like...
8 years. She's still beautiful. Oh, looks younger than me. Too thin, then. I'll have to own up, won't I?
Own up?
What about the lunch? I mean, I don't want her really
do you
thinking
care
I'm
what
having
she
an
thinks,
affair.
eh?
What was that for?
Well, this talk of making love has got me going.
Oh, Paul.
Why don't I pretend to be the lover?
Oh, no, not
Oh, come
not
on.
here. Oh, no.
You're so
What?
good. You love it.
No, don't. Please don't. I don't want to.
Right. I'll go and unpack.
Please, don't be upset, darling.
No, silly idea. I mean, I might have broken a
No,
glass.
look, will you just stop? I've been trying to tell you something.
What?
I'm pregnant.
Pregnant?
Yes.
Jesus.
I didn't want to tell you like this.
Christ.
Is that all you can say?
Well, what are we going to do?
Do?
Well, we don't want any more children. I mean, how far gone are you?
About 9.5 weeks.
9.5 weeks? I mean, how long have you known?
I wanted to get past 8 weeks. I didn't want to announce it too
Announce
soon.
it?
I mean,
I'm not
last
the Daily
time...
fucking Telegraph. I mean, this is shit. I mean, I don't need this. What? How did this happen?
We made love, Paul.
Oh, well, you know exactly what I'm trying to say.
Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe the lower dose pill, it's probably not as
No,
effective
these
as
things
it
work
should be.
if you remember to take them, and you're the most reliable person I know. You never forget. Helen, have you done this on purpose?
No, I haven't done it on purpose. Not consciously, no.
Not consciously? What's that supposed to mean?
Well, there was that one night when Mummy phoned and she was feeling really low and we thought she might do something
I don't
silly.
remember one night. Your mother's always ringing, she's always feeling low, and you fall for it every time.
It's exactly what you said that night. We had a dreadful row, don't you remember? You didn't want her coming round here, so I went round there instead.
Oh, I see where this is going. So it's all my fault, is it? Because I won't dance attendance on your mama, who shat on you your whole life.
No, don't start all that. Okay, I forgot to pack my pills, but it wasn't intentional.
Well, when did you remember?
Well, the next night, so I took 2, but...
Well, why didn't you just tell me?
Because I wasn't really worried. I mean, you were away most of the time, and we only had sex a couple of times.
Oh, this is a disaster.
Oh, Paul, where's your sense of proportion?
Proportion? As far as I'm concerned, it's a fucking bloody disaster.
I don't understand you. You were really upset last time.
Last time?
When I miscarried.
Of course I was upset. You miscarried, you were in pain, you were distraught. I hated seeing you like that, but, you know, I didn't really want another child, and if the truth be known, I was quite relieved.
God, you should never told me that.
Well, I'm sorry, Helen, but, you know, my feelings should come into this, you know.
Well, yes, of course they should.
And we said back then, at the time of the miscarriage, that's it, no more children.
Yes, but that was 3 years ago.
Exactly, we're too old. We were too old then. I mean, God, you'll be 49 before this child is born. I mean, what if there's, like, something wrong with it? Like, you know, Tony.
Who?
You know, your little half-brother.
Toby.
Toby. Well, I don't think I could hack it.
Of course you could. He was the best thing that happened to me before I met you.
He died.
He gave me a purpose.
A child of 9 should not need a purpose. Oh, I need a drink.
Shall I open the champagne?
No, I want a real drink.
Look, when you get used to the idea, I'm sure you'll feel differently. This one might be a boy.
I don't want any more children. I mean, this is no time to be having kids. I mean, the world's a mess run by fools.
Come on, Paul.
Nah, you don't see what I see. 19-year-olds blowing themselves to bits. Half the world under shit-filled floods, the other half starving or orphaned by flu.
Start on all that, please.
Aren't there enough desperate children in the world without us creating more? I mean, look at him. All alone, at 12 years old, because we blew up his parents by mistake.
Yes, well, maybe you should think how lucky you are,
Lucky?
living here in England.
Lucky? I don't think our children are going to think they're lucky in a few years' time. We're fast becoming a third world country. Haven't you noticed? I mean, debts we can't get out of, conflicts raging. Oh, and by the way, I heard the other day, a new deadly virus is about to invade our green and pleasant land, and you want another baby. Fuck me!
Headlines. That's all you're interested in. You've forgotten how to look for the gold.
There is no fucking gold.
Well, there is for me. And some of it's here. Of course, the world's not ideal, and we have to try and make it better. I mean, maybe our children will.
Well, last time I heard, Katie wanted to be a hairdresser.
Oh, for heaven's sake. She wanted to be a ballerina last week.
Why do you want to have another baby?
I didn't know I did. Not till now. Now it's here. Well, I was feeling not depressed exactly, but kind of weird, and well, you're away all the time, and the girls are really growing up. I mean, Katie won't even let me in the bathroom anymore.
Sorry?
When she has a bath, she used to cover herself up with the flannel, but now I can't even go in.
She's growing up. I mean, you can't just have a baby on a whim because Katie won't show you her bottom.
No, but what I'm trying to say is, when I found out I was pregnant, it made me feel, I don't know, complete. Yes, complete. I guess I need children, Paul.
Should have married a vicar. You could have had umpteen kids.
Didn't fancy the vicar.
So, all your plans for the future have gone for a Burton, have they?
Of course not.
Well, you're still going to open your all-singing, all-dancing holistic centre in January?
Well, no, it'll have to be pushed back to March. But apart from that, nothing's going to change.
Nothing's going to change. So your baby's going to sleep soundlessly in a sling while you stab your needles into your patient's pressure points or slam hot coals
No,
down
look, we
their back.
do not
Whatever
slam.
it is you do, I mean...
Don't try and be clever about things you know nothing about. You sound like my father. closed mind because you can't understand it or don't want to. Anyway, Mummy said she'd look after it.
Your mother?
Yes, I appreciate it.
Well,
It's going to be rather tricky
wait.
for the first 3 months.
Wait! Your mother knows about this pregnancy.
Oh,
You told your mother before you told me.
well, you were away.
I was in Paris for 3 days.
You were in
I
Beijing.
was in Beijing at the end of last month.
Look, yes, I know. I should have told you first, but she'd come round for supper with the girls. And after they'd gone to bed, she suddenly asked me what the matter was. I'd been on edge all evening about how to tell you. I knew you'd be angry. Well, I burst into tears, blurted it all out. Oh, she was so nice. She stroked my hair and put her arm around me. She's never done anything like that before. She said she'd be there for me 24 hours a day.
I bet she did. Your mama, Helen, has never thought of anyone but herself.
She's changing, Paul.
People don't change.
Oh, of course they do.
She's feathering her nest.
What are you talking about?
Well, it's scary, isn't it, when you're 75, coming down the dark side of the hill?
She's genuinely offering her help. You're so cynical.
And you're so gullible. Can't you see she's buying her nursing care for the future? Making herself indispensable?
Look, I know you're angry with me, but don't take it out on her.
Conspiracy. I mean, how could you tell your mother before you told me?
Look, don't have any more to drink, Paul. Remember, Laura's coming.
The fuck she is. You better ring her up and tell her not to come.
No, I'm not going to do
right,
that.
Then I will.
No. Paul, no.
She's
you
at the
can't.
bear, isn't she?
No, please,
You
don't.
didn't even want her to come a minute ago.
No, but you can't just
Yes,
ring
I
her up
can.
and
Watch me. Hello. Hi. Is that the bear?
Oh.
Yeah. Do you have a Laura Wyman there? She booked in with you this morning. Can you put me through to her room, please? Yes, I'll bear with you. Yes, I get the joke. Yeah, bear with you. Yeah. No? No one? Laura Fitzgerald, then. She sometimes uses that name. Laura Fitzgerald? No? Sure? Not there. Business conference. Blocked bookings. All rooms gone.
Well, that's odd. Oh, she definitely told me she was staying there.
I wonder what she's up to.
Look, Paula, I think we better go through with this evening. I mean, it might even help diffuse things a little. I mean, we should back off now, sleep on it, and talk again in the morning.
Well, there's
Don't
not
you
much to talk about, is there? I mean, it's a done deed, isn't it?
We will make it work. You'll see.
I don't know. I mean, the thought of another baby, I mean, it fills me with horror. I don't think I could hack it. And, you know, your mother, 24/7, well, thought of that. Makes me want to run screaming to the other side of the world.
Don't say that, please. Don't say that.
Well, I'm going to have a shower.
Paul,
Yeah?
you don't want... You're not going to ask me to have an abortion, are you?
Well, would you, if I asked you?
I don't think I could. I mean, I love you so much, but I might end up hating you and myself. I mean, how could I destroy our child? No, I couldn't. I'm sorry.
As I said, it's a done deed.
Eurostar has issued a statement insisting that everything is being done to ensure normal service as soon as possible, because passenger safety is paramount. The Red Cross has said that Yemen is experiencing the largest humanitarian crisis on its 12 million children are in need of food, water, shelter, and medicine. The population is fighting famine and war at the same time. Human rights violations in Zimbabwe have seen the mass migration of refugees to neighbouring countries as they seek to escape the authoritarian regime. And a tsunami in the
Darling!
off the coast of Sumatra.
That's the doorbell.
Yes, darling.
Can you answer it, please?
Oh no, darling, sorry, I'm preparing the salad.
Oh. She's half an hour early.
Why don't you tell her to go away and come back later?
Oh, don't be so silly.
Your guest.
Oh. I haven't even got my lipstick on.
Hello! I was beginning to think you'd done a runner.
No, Paul thought I was coming and I thought he was, and I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. I know I'm early. I tried so hard to be late. Peace offerings.
Oh, goodness. Thank you. Come on in.
Hello, stranger.
Paul, long time no see.
You're telling me.
Good. Where shall I put this lot? I couldn't remember if you liked champagne.
Oh, we love it. Thank you very much. Yeah. We tried. Oh, nice and cold. We tried to contact you at the Bear.
Did you? Why?
Oh, just to tell you not to bring anything special. They said you weren't staying there.
This is a housewarming present to apologize for barging back into your lives unannounced. Yes, I changed my mind about the hotel. I didn't like it.
Funny, because they said that you hadn't been there at all.
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
Okay. There was no room at the inn, so I went to the races instead.
On a Wednesday.
These really are very lovely, Laura. I've got just the right vase for them. Paul, why don't you get Laura a drink?
Fancy some of your champagne?
Yes, please. Still my only tipple.
Seems to be the tipple du jour, not that I'm complaining.
So,
Aren't you going to open your present?
oh, beautifully wrapped.
Not me. Just rip it, Helen.
Ooh,
You haven't changed.
neither have you. Oh, look, Paul. I think I remember when this was taken. The roof terrace at Holland Park, the Sunday before the three of you left for South Africa. Oh, God. Look how slim I was.
It's good of all of us.
Oh, look at little Millie and Caspian. She's got her hand on his knee.
If she tried that now, he would go red as a beetroot. He is still beautiful, though I say it myself.
Oh, we all look so
Oh,
young.
we were.
Leon looks so happy.
Sometimes I forget how happy we made him, me and Cass, in the early days.
Yes, well, he looks like the cat got the cream.
Oh,
Hey!
sadly, the cream turned sour when we moved to South Africa.
But your letters were always so upbeat.
I'd made my bed.
King size number with goose down quilts.
You're right, Paul, of course. We certainly lived in style. But Leon couldn't paint, he wouldn't get up. And he had no time for Cass.
Oh, I don't believe that. I mean, he was always so envious when I was pregnant. He used to touch my belly for luck.
He got bored.
With his own son.
Oh, small children can be unutterably dull, or is that heresy?
No, it's a fact.
Well, the truth is, he got bored of life and everything that was once good in it. Me, Cass, his friends.
Is that why he cut us off then?
It wasn't just you.
You know, why didn't he get in touch? I mean, the poor bugger obviously needed some help. Do you know that no one had the courtesy to tell me he died. I mean, my best mate, and no one told me he was fucking dead.
Paul.
We weren't there when it happened, me and Cass. We'd already moved to the States. I kind of cut myself off from anybody associated with Leon. Found it easier to deal with. How did you find out?
On the London Underground. Holborn station, to be exact. Do you remember Michael Jen?
Vaguely.
Yeah. Who'd have thought Leon would have blown his brains out, he said. That's how I found out.
Sorry.
It really was a terrible shock, Laura. I mean, Paul was traumatised. We both were. We were all such good mates. And we were so very fond of Leon.
So was I. Enough to marry him. Oh, listen, why don't we have a drink?
To absent friends.
Absent friends.
Absent friends.
Absent friends, here's to them, and happy days we thought that they would never end. Here's to absent friends. Little Jean, seabird scene, so full of life, but in those lives such troubled dreams. Oh, little Jean. Woodbine Millie, could rest until here. Give up every blow, final smoke before the killing. Oh, Woodbine Millie.
Did the pasta taste odd to
Corn?
you?
Corn? Oh, corn always tastes odd, particularly when it's burnt.
Would you try cooking on that horrid cooking camping stove out there? They're supposed to warn us when we have a power cut.
Helen, I think you did brilliantly. It was delicious.
It was revolting.
Hear, hear.
Oh, now
Hey.
it comes on.
Let there be light. I love this song. Come on. We used to dance to this. Come on. Oh, yeah. Yellow bopper, da da teeny, da 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 da. Oh, it's
Oh, what a pity. I was enjoying that.
the novelty soon wears off. Things fall apart. The centre cannot hold.
Mere anarchy is loosed upon the world.
Sorry to lower the tone, but Paul, will you make the coffee, please?
Sure, café, madame.
I'm hooked.
I prefer champagne.
So would I. Et toi, ma chérie?
No, just water, please.
Oh.
Can't tempt you, Helen?
No, thanks. Oh,
Are you all right?
just a bit queasy. Oh, sorry. It'll pass.
Well, I'm not usually a drinker.
But now you've come to your senses and you drink like a fish.
I needed to drink tonight because
Oh, well, have we been that awful?
I have an announcement to make.
Oh, not you as well.
I didn't go to Chiswick.
She didn't go to Chiswick.
You didn't go to Chiswick?
No, I lied. I drove straight here from the airport. I knew where you lived because I called your news desk.
So, why didn't you just say?
I didn't want to alarm you.
Oh, so Laura's coming to live in Esher. No, seriously, Laura, this place is not cosmopolitan enough for you. You're going to die. You're going to die of boredom.
Yes,
Oh,
I am going to die. but not of boredom. I have cancer. Pancreatic cancer, sorry.
Oh, bloody hell.
Laura, I'm so sorry.
No, let me go on. I haven't told anyone yet. I suppose I'll get used to it.
Of course.
It's, a virtually symptomless cancer, but nearly always fatal. At least in my case, it is. You see, the tumor is attached to an artery, so...
Shit.
God.
So, I am going to die quite soon. Not here, not tonight, not in your kitchen, don't worry.
When did you find out?
2 weeks ago.
I wonder why you got it.
Oh. Not wearing my vest.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I can't help it. I approach all my patients holistically.
Yeah, but she's not your patient, is she, Helen? Look, let's be serious about this. I mean, you know...
I know it's serious, and I might be able to help. I do know what I'm talking about.
Look, what is a pancreas, anyway? Look, I mean, do you need it? Can they take it out?
Oh, don't be so stupid. It's for digestion and regulating blood sugar levels. Of course she needs it.
I need to take care of my son.
Yes, of course. Oh, God. Does he know?
Not yet.
Poor child. Poor little...
I've got to have the whole package ready. Do you remember when Cass was 6 months old? Leon and I went to a wedding in Barcelona. Well, you know, Leon was convinced he would die in a plane crash. He was terrified of flying. He used to drug himself up to the eyeballs with Valium. Well, the night before we flew there, you shook hands with him. And we all made a pact that
if anything happened to one of us, we take care of each other's children.
Thank you.
Yeah, but a lot of water's gone under the bridge.
I know, but there is no one else.
Yeah, well, what about your father?
Oh, really? Would you entrust your children to a man who spent half his life in jail? I did go to Dublin a couple of years ago with Cass. I thought I might build some bridges, you know. But the only thing he taught my son was how to cheat at cards.
What about your mother? I mean...
Oh, no.
she's
Gone with the
still-
whiskey years ago.
Oh, I am so sorry.
Oh, don't be, she wasn't.
Well, how about Leon's side?
Oh, really? His brother in Haifa, whom Cass has never met? Or his mother in Tel Aviv, who thinks I'm a shiksa tart?
Right.
Of course he couldn't go to them.
Listen, Caspian will be very well provided for.
Oh, it's not about the money, Laura.
I know, but it helps. I have a massive life insurance policy. Runs out in 18 months, so should be all right. And the house in Holland Park will be his when I... So you see, my son is a very attractive deal. No, that's why I'm here. To ask you. Because you loved Leon. If you will do this for his sake, if you'll take my son. Listen, I know what I'm asking is huge, but I've got to keep him safe.
Oh, yes. Yes, I know. It's all right. There we are, sweetheart. Let it out. Come on. Let's sit back down.
Shall I just make a cup of tea or
Oh,
something?
why don't you just go out and get some fresh air? Hmm?
Right, yeah, okay.
Let me get you some water.
Thank you. I promised myself I wouldn't cry. I have to stay strong for Cass.
Oh, Laura.
God, Helen, how am I going to tell him?
I don't know. But You will find the right words when the time comes.
Will I? I now wish I'd given him some sort of religion, you know. Something to hold on to, something to make him feel that I'm still... What do you tell the girls?
Oh, well, Paul hates religion in any shape or form, but I tell the girls that there's an overall unconditional love that they have to tap into, a continuity of spirit. I do believe that.
I never thought I was capable of love till I had Cass.
But you loved Leon, surely, in the beginning.
Yes, but I don't love anyone like I love Cass. God, he'll soon be 13. Almost a man. Who am I kidding? He's still just a little boy. But his feet, I have to buy him new shoes every month. He's like a stick insect with flippers. God.
They grow up so fast.
I wish I could just hold on until he was 21, you know. God. Helen, will you take him?
It's so overwhelming. I mean, I've got so many questions I need to ask you.
Yeah. Listen, I have between 3 months and a year, depending on my treatment.
Have you thought of healing?
Oh, no, God. I've thought about Idris Elba.
No. Listen, I know this doctor, Dr. Booty in Boston. She's having amazing results with cancer. All Tibetan medicine, no ghastly side effects, herbal.
Listen, Helen, I know you mean well.
Yes, I know, but listen. I actually know one of her patients. Yes, she comes to me for aromatherapy. She was diagnosed with a brain tumour, given 3 months, and that was 2 years ago. Oh, you just have to meet her.
Listen, Helen, imagining not dying is an indulgence I can't afford.
But you can't just accept it.
I must. There really is no time, and there really is no one else. I think they were being generous when they said a year. Helen, I know he would be safe with you.
Laura, I'm pregnant.
Pregnant?
Yes.
That was the last thing I was expecting.
Me too. It wasn't planned. But I am thrilled.
And Paul?
I'll get used to it.
You are nearly 49. I mean, aren't you worried?
I'll take what I'm given.
Then take Cass. Don't you see? My son is a gift. And he would love the new baby. He's always wanted a brother or sister. Helen, please. You must accept the gift. You have to.
What does Helen have to do?
Take my son.
How can she, Laura? She's pregnant.
I know, I just found out. Mazel tov.
Oh.
Helen, you're right.
No, I'm suddenly feeling very sick.
Oh, I was sick as a dog when I was pregnant. It's a good
You're
sign.
looking quite pale, darling. Why don't you go lie down?
Sorry, everyone. Oh, goodness, what a time to choose, trust me.
Can I get you something?
No, please, don't make a fuss.
Oh, hot water bottle.
No, I'll be fine. Paul, will you make up the bed in the spare room? Laura should stay with us tonight.
Thank you, Helen.
Oh, God.
Typical Helen. Feeling like shit and worrying about me.
Yeah. You can't be going to die, Laura.
Better believe it. I killed time this afternoon, walking around the crematorium.
Laura,
Not-
only you could kill time in a crematorium.
Yeah, well, the race course was shut.
You've always lied easily.
So have you.
Why did you leave Leon? I mean, he worshipped you.
No. No, he tried to control me, bring me down to his level. Oh, no. I take no responsibility for Leon's death. He ended his life because he was incapable of living it. Do you have any idea what his suicide did to Cass?
Well, I can imagine.
Oh, no, I don't think you can begin to imagine what it did. And now I'm going to let him down as
God,
well.
Laura, I'm so sorry about your child, and, you know, I wish we could help you. I mean, we love Leon, we both did, but with Helen pregnant now, I mean, it just wouldn't work.
Listen, I know tonight was not a good night to ask, but you can't close your mind to it. You can't.
I've just got to go and see how Helen is.
No, Paul, just now you asked me why I left Leon.
Well, I know. You left him for another man.
No, that's not true.
Well, that's what I heard.
No. Leon, he tried to kill me. He tried to strangle me.
What?
He nearly succeeded. I took Caspian in the middle of the night, and I never saw Leon again.
Jesus Christ, what have you done?
How dare you ask me that? You of all people.
Oh, Paul, come quickly, please. I'm bleeding.
Storms continue to batter the southwest of England, where the number of people in temporary accommodation is now believed to have reached 40,000. The Meteorological Office has issued further severe weather warnings for the area, and many roads remain closed. Emergency services have expressed the likelihood that they will be overwhelmed as unprecedented floods continue to affect many parts of Wales and northwest England. The army has been called in as water levels rise, with more and more rivers threatening to burst their banks as the risk to property and life continues to escalate.
Hi. Oh, you still up?
Couldn't possibly sleep. They've kept her in then?
Yeah, they're going to do a D&C in the morning.
Is she all right?
Yeah, I mean, she's very upset. You know, blood pressure's up, but otherwise she's okay. You tied it up. Thanks.
Yes. I needed something to do.
Yeah.
You got a taxi?
Yeah, arm and a leg. Oh. When you go to bed, Laura, you look really tired.
Oh, I will, in a minute.
Shit. What a night.
Yes, poor Helen. I thought you might have stayed with her.
I wanted to.
Oh, hospital rules.
No, she sent me home.
Oh.
Yeah, I couldn't comfort her. I mean, I only found out this afternoon that she was pregnant, and I said some pretty cruel things.
Ah.
Yeah, she was going to tell me over a romantic lunch.
Oh, Christ, I really fucked that one up.
I behaved like a total shit. I mean, I rubbished her. Everything she holds precious. I don't know what came over me. I could see the hurt, but I just carried on doing it anyway. Oh, God. That perfume, what is it?
Same as always. Opium.
Oh, of course.
The opium trail, you used to call it.
Yeah, it's been bothering me ever since I got back from Paris.
Oh. Maybe I should leave instructions in my will to be sprayed all over with it before closing the lid.
Laura, it's not funny.
I'm not joking.
Oh. Is there a man in your life? There usually is.
There was. Foolishly, I let him go. Aaron, this lovely man. He was my lecturer when I was doing my degree in English. He followed us to the States. Eventually moved in with me and Cass. He wanted to marry me. But he was old enough to be my father, and he was a bit of a disaster sexually. Still, he was wonderful with Cass. Should have known a good thing when I had it. I would still like one final fling before I die. Please. I'm getting an ashtray. Do you ever wonder when your last time will be and with whom?
I imagine it'll be with my wife.
Huh. She said you changed.
Yeah, and she wants you to stay with us while you're here.
Really? When did she say that?
Just now in the hospital, she said it's the least we can do.
Yes. Yes. Do you mind?
Well, it makes no odds to me. Look, I'm going to Yemen the day after tomorrow.
Yemen? You're crazy.
Yeah, Helen might agree.
I mean, haven't you used up your 9 lives?
Probably.
Oh, war junkie. You need your fix.
No, it's not like that. You see, it's what I do best. Look, just don't tell Helen yet, and keep stum. She knows nothing about it.
Secrets from your wife. Sorry, low blow. When are you back?
End of next week, with luck.
Listen, Paul, I'm flying back on Friday, so we need to talk about Cass.
Yeah, but not now, Laura.
You haven't ruled it out.
Look, let's just discuss it in the morning, yeah?
Paul!
Oh, come on. Laura! I'm going to be quite blunt with you now.
Oh, go ahead. I'm
Yeah,
made of
okay.
quite stern stuff.
I'm angry about what you've asked us to do. I mean, it's emotional blackmail. You're just using Helen because you know what a soft touch
Oh,
she
no,
is.
no, no. That's not the reason.
I told Helen that I don't want any more children. I mean, I can't imagine how much I've hurt her, and there is simply no way I can take Cass on now. I'm sorry, but there it is.
Even though he's your son, Paul?
My son.
Yes. Caspian is your son.
I don't believe you. How can he be?
It's the truth.
Oh, it's impossible. I mean, I stopped sleeping with you after I met Helen, long before Caspian was conceived.
Yes. And we were very good. Except for that one night. In denial, are we? It was the night that Helen was in hospital with high blood pressure. They kept her in, a bit like tonight. Yeah, and I invited you up for supper. Leon was in Israel.
Yeah, all right, but it was just that once.
Hardly once. We were pretty crazy, I seem to remember.
Don't, Laura, come on. You said you would never, ever mention that night again. It was unforgivable.
Yeah, it was. I felt guilty.
You felt guilty, Christ. I missed the birth of my own daughter.
And Caspian was conceived.
What makes you think that he's mine? Eh? I mean, you have always had lovers, Laura.
Not always. Certainly not then. It was a good time between me and Leon. We were trying for a baby. He was very amorous, very attentive.
So how come I'm suddenly the father then?
When Cass was 5 years old, Leon wanted another baby. I wasn't so sure, but I thought it would help his mental state. When he was depressed, he wouldn't touch me, just sleep in his studio. I did take lovers then. You may be the only person who understands how I tick. Anyway, it didn't happen, so we went for a series of rather unpleasant tests, and the upshot was everything was hunky-dory, apart from my being over 40. So we tried IVF, but Leon's sperm count was too low.
Well, that's not to say it always was.
No, of course not. I never gave it a second thought. But it sowed the seeds of doubt in Leon's mind. He got a DNA test done behind my back. The results came through the night he tried to kill me.
Christ almighty, did you tell him it was me?
He sort of knew.
How?
I don't know. Instinct. I mean, he was always jealous of you. The way you attracted women and treated them like shit, and they always came back for more. You know, sometimes I think that he married me to get back at you. He always knew that you fancied me.
Everyone fancied you, Laura.
He told me once that you had a bet. Who could get me into bed first? Is that true?
He won.
Did you mind?
I never loved you, Laura. With us, it was just sex.
Right. Do you see now why I never got in touch?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was fair on you or Helen. I was terrified Leon would contact her.
What about Cass? Does he know?
Yes.
What?
Not about you. He knows that Leon's not his father. He took it better than expected, actually. I think he was relieved. Leon's behavior over the years. I told him that his father was someone I was very much in love with. Someone who I'd lost touch with and then met up with again over the years when we were both married. I want him to think that he comes from a loving union.
Didn't he ask who his father is?
Of course. I told him I'd tell him one day. So you see, I didn't know that I was going to. Paul. I'm so frightened. I don't want to die.
Right.
I still have so much life left inside of me. Keep holding me. Do you see now why you have to take Cass? He's very like you, in many ways.
Is he? Poor bugger.
Less arrogant, though, and better looking.
Thanks.
He started a photography club at school.
Has he?
I have some photos in my bag.
I can't look at these, Laura.
Why not?
I can't get involved.
But you are involved.
No, it was mindless sex. 13 years ago.
Oh, well, the result of this meaningless sex is here. And he's not going away.
Yeah, I'm going to do everything I can to find him somewhere to go.
Oh, Paul, he's your son. He's not a dog.
Stop saying that. Look, I'm going to help financially.
Oh, really? Like you do with him? He needs a family, Paul, not your money.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's never going to happen. I'm not going to risk the relationship with my wife and my 2 daughters for a son I didn't even know existed till tonight.
Well, you wouldn't have to tell them everything.
Oh, what? Just take him in and not tell Helen? I mean, what, would Cass know?
Of course, he has a right to know. I could put it in a letter and leave it with my solicitor to open, say, when he's 21.
Oh, great, yeah. Yeah, really looking forward to his 21st now. Yeah, happy birthday, son. By the way, I'm your dad, yeah. Oh, Helen, yeah, sorry, forgot to mention it, Yeah, great idea. Really great idea. Ludicrous, Laura, ludicrous.
Yes, it was. Desperate measures.
I know.
It's always the truth.
Oh, God, no. Categorically no.
What does Helen think you were doing that night?
I was walking the streets of London, taking the dawn from Chiswick Bridge.
Did she ever ask to see these photos?
No, she didn't. Don't underestimate her, Laura. The truth might have destroyed our marriage.
Don't you want to see him? You sure? You don't want to see what you're giving up?
I'm absolutely sure, Laura, I'm not as hard as I may look, but I have to think of my family first. You must understand that.
I have to think of my family first, too. Caspian is going to seek you out. I can't stop him. Maybe you should think about that.
A picture postcard of all it's done. A program of the play. File away the photographs of your holiday. And your mementos will turn to dust. But that's the price you pay for every year. The souvenir
Oh, my God.
slowly fades every year. The souvenir slowly fades
Jesus Christ. That's all. You're up. You should be in bed.
I hate being in bed in daylight.
Yeah, but you're meant to be taking it easy, aren't you?
I'd rather take it easy in a chair.
Look, I made you some tea. Mint tea.
Thanks. It's airless in here. Stale cigarettes. Could you open the door?
Yeah, well, you
please?
don't miss much, do you?
What did Mummy say?
Oh, she's very upset for you. She sends her love. She's going to let the children stay another night. She's going to take them shopping. Well, they're going to take her. How are you feeling?
Empty. Well, at least you don't have to run screaming to the other side of the world
Oh,
now,
come on,
do
hon,
you?
I didn't mean that.
Perhaps it thought you did.
What?
Our baby. Spontaneous abortion. Kamikaze plunge head first down the loo.
Oh, come on, Helen.
I had no idea how much you hated the idea of another child. Look, we need to talk before Laura gets
Look,
back.
we're talking
And I
now,
don't
yeah.
want you to interrupt, else I'll lose my train of thought.
I'm all yours.
Last night, if you'd have stayed, I'd have said some things I might have regretted.
Well, no more than I deserved.
Yes. You did say some rather harsh things. Some of them true. Look, I've got a confession about my pills. I did forget to pack them in my bag, but I remembered just as I was about to drive off to Mummy's. But I made a conscious, subconscious decision not to go back for them. You're not saying anything?
You told me not to.
Okay, I'll go on. I lay awake all last night feeling very sorry for myself. Hospitals in the small hours. I got to thinking about our life together, and I realised I've been quite selfish.
Helen, you don't know how to be selfish. That's your problem.
You wouldn't be saying that if I'd had the baby. No, I've taken a lot for granted. Even life itself. I mean, look at Laura. And I've been thinking about you and how hard you work to look after us all, and the ghastly things you see and never really talk about. And how brilliant you've been about my centre, even though you don't really
Let's
believe
face it, I'm a bloody saint.
I wouldn't go that far. What I'm trying to say is, I didn't think the baby thing through. I'm sorry.
Helen, we're all guilty of not thinking things through. I mean, me more than anyone.
Thanks.
I just don't like admitting it.
I haven't been able to get Laura out of my mind. I mean, about how and what she must be going through. Do you remember the first time you took me to see her and Leon? I'd just given you a rather rigorous physio session at the
A
hospital.
rigorous massage, actually. You were without mercy in your sexy uniform.
You were still on crutches. Come back and meet my best friends, you said. Oh, I was so nervous. I didn't even wash my hair that morning. Laura's face when I walked in, I'll never forget it. It was so dismissive. Oh, is that all? That won't last.
How can you say that, Helen? You were gorgeous.
She had a way of making me feel like a lump of lard, even when she was being nice.
Well, Laura's never been a woman's woman.
Oh, she didn't like me for breaking up your little threesome. With Leon, it was different. We kind of understood each other. He confided in me a lot.
Yeah. And I always found that hugely irritating. You never tell me what he said.
I wish we really knew what went on in South Africa. Well, why he cut us off? I mean, Laura's always been rather flexible with the truth. I do know one thing, though. We have to take Cass when she dies.
No, Helen, no.
No, let me finish. I mean, life has a funny way of working out. Losing a child and being offered another one, it was like it is meant. We were meant to have him.
No, look, he'll be a young boy who's lost both of his parents. He'll be traumatised.
And I want to be there for him. Don't you remember him as a little boy? Oh, he was adorable. You used to play with him for hours sometimes, throwing him up in the air and catching him. He'd laugh so much that it would give him hiccups. No, what I think is we should invite them over to stay as soon as possible, and that way he can get to know us gradually while Laura's still alive.
Helen, the answer's still no. I just wish you'd both leave it alone.
Have you said this to Laura?
Yeah.
Without consulting me?
Well, you just had a miscarriage. You're in no position to make a rational judgment.
What?
Well,
How could you?
I mean, look, you just said now you're feeling empty. You think it will fill some kind of void, but it just wouldn't work.
But why not? He'd be a man in no time. His next few years are vital.
It's not your responsibility, Helen.
No, he's our responsibility. He's Leon's son. Doesn't that mean anything to you?
No, not anymore. Not really.
How can you say that? You used to say that you love Leon more than your own brother.
We grew apart.
And that makes it all right. To go back on your word, renege on the pact we all made about the children.
Christ almighty, I mean, look, we were probably drunk. Leave it now, Helen.
No,
Leave it.
no, I will not leave it. Laura's dying. I loved Leon too. We have to take his son. Do it for me if you won't do it for him.
It wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work.
Of course it would. We'd make it work.
Helen, I've made up my mind.
And I've made up mine. You can't run away from this one, Paul. This one's not a bloody photograph.
Can't do my job and get involved. You wouldn't survive.
Callous. That's what has made you. Cold, a man devoid of all feeling.
Helen, just calm down. Look, it's not good for you to be so angry.
No, it's not. I've never been so angry in all my life. Don't touch me.
Laura.
Sorry, I should have rung the bell. I just thought Helen might be sleeping. Christ, you told her.
Told me? Told me what?
Just told you that you're not. I've just told her that she's not taking Cass.
Look, I wasn't talking to you. I was asking Laura.
She's upset about it.
Told me what?
About Cass. Is that your final decision?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, I've brought some supper. I'll make it. Can I use your phone? Mine has run out of juice. So sorry about your baby, Helen.
Well, that's one way of telling a dying woman you won't take care of her son.
She already knew. Now, look, Helen, this whole thing has been a complete strain on all of us. I think you should go back to
Paul,
bed.
what was it she thought you told me?
I just already told you.
No, you were lying. She thought I knew something awful.
About Cass and about the baby.
No, I saw your face too, Paul, the way you looked at each other. Is there something wrong with me?
What?
At the hospital, you went away to talk to the doctor and... Well, there's something you're not saying.
Jesus Christ, no, it's nothing like that.
Then what is it?
It's...
Oh. Don't tell me then.
Where are you going?
To ask Laura.
Okay! Better sit down.
Is that bad?
Caspian is Caspian isn't Leon's son.
Oh, I see.
No, I don't think you do, CC. According to Laura, he's mine.
Yours?
Yeah.
Is it true?
It's possible. She told me last night.
So, you were having an affair with Laura while I was pregnant with Minnie?
No, it wasn't like that. An affair, if you want to call it that, it ended when I met you.
Then how could Caspian be your son?
It just happened once.
When, Paul?
I can't remember.
Oh, just the once, and you can't remember?
No, honestly, I don't.
Of course you do.
Oh,
God. I thought
it meant nothing.
Then why did you do it?
I mean, it just happened.
Sex doesn't just happen, Paul. Oh. So, you were having sex with Laura while I was giving birth to Minnie.
It wasn't like that. I didn't know she was going to be born that night. She wasn't due for another week.
And that makes it all right.
Of course not.
I cried for you all through my labour. I thought you were in an accident or something, you bastard.
Oh, God. Look. We'll talk about it, but let's just stop now while Laura is...
And Leon, did he... Oh, God. Is that why he...
I don't know. Look, he had a DNA test done.
Why? Why did he have a DNA
Because
test?
they wanted to have another child, and he found out he was sterile. Then he got paranoid about Cass.
Oh, hardly paranoid, was he, the bitch? This explains a lot of things. But how are you going to explain this to your children? How can they possibly understand their father having meaningless sex with his best friend's life?
Please!
I thought we were happy!
We are!
Was I too conventional for you? Too inhibited? Too fucking nice? Oh, did you have her on the kitchen table? Oh, I bet you did. Is that what turned you on yesterday?
No!
That was the airline. I'm just trying to reschedule my flight back home. Amazing. The man on the desk was part of my cabin crew when I was flying with Qantas.
Small world.
Yes. What do they say? 6 degrees of separation? Are you all right?
Stunned.
Oh, I bet. What rotten luck.
Oh, yes, rotten.
Shouldn't you have your feet up?
Probably.
Oh, I will bring you a nice cup of tea. Why don't you go and lie down?
Because I'd rather stay here, and I've got a nice cup of tea.
Listen, I can see I've come in at a bad time. Why don't I just bugger off and come back later?
Oh, yeah.
No. You've come in at just the right time.
All right. Look, Helen, we're all tired. Look, just go back to bed.
Well, everyone stop sending me back to bed.
Listen, I was going to talk to both of you, but I can see that you're very upset, and I don't want to make it worse. You know.
Helen, I don't think this is a good idea.
No. Of course you don't. Well, but I think in future, all discussions concerning your son should involve me. Don't you agree, Laura?
Well, yes. Of course. Listen, guys. I shouldn't have just turned up out of the blue. It was madness. I should have written to you first and given you a chance to think about it.
Yeah, you should, yeah.
When I got my diagnosis, I was all over the place. Panic, blind panic. I'm sorry. Fucked up big time. Anyway, last night Paul made his position on not taking Cass very clear.
So I believe.
I suppose I had some foolish notion that you wouldn't be able to resist him. But this morning, my thoughts crystallized. I want to go home. I need to be with Cass. So, with any luck, I'll be on the first flight tomorrow morning.
And what about Cass?
Aaron will have him.
Who?
Aaron, he's an old friend. Paul knows about him. I called him this morning and told him my situation. Before I could even finish, he'd offered.
Said he's old enough to be your father.
So, he wants Cass, that's what matters.
How old is he?
76.
76. I mean, that's a really good age to start looking after a 12-year-old
Really, Paul? I
boy.
don't think it's any of your business.
Oh, it's none of my fucking business, eh? I wish you'd thought about that before you came and landed on our doorstep. Jesus Christ. Excuse me.
Sorry. I don't expect you to forgive me. And you don't have to treat me any differently because, scream at me, shout at me, do what you
I'm
want.
not convinced that Paul is the father.
Oh.
Leon always said you had other men in your life.
Please. I only had to look at another man and he thought I was having sex with him. I had no other lovers at that time. Sorry, Helen, only Paul.
Did you use Paul to get pregnant?
What?
When I was sitting for that painting, Leon told me he was worried that he might be firing blanks. I told him he should get himself checked out, but he said he'd rather not know. 8 weeks after Millie was born. Bingo! You're pregnant.
I honestly believed Cass was Leon's son.
Why? You're an intelligent woman. I mean, surely the thought must have crossed your mind.
If it did, I blocked it out.
Extraordinary! I remember that Leon flew back in the next day. He came straight to the hospital to see us. And did you sleep with him that evening?
Oh, I don't remember. It was 13 years ago.
Leon and Paul's mingled sperm. Oh, perhaps you didn't care. Just so long as you got pregnant.
Helen!
What on earth are you going to tell your son?
He knows everything.
Everything?
Except who his father is. I told him it was a love affair.
And was it?
Not for Paul. When you came on the scene, I was jealous of you.
You? Jealous of me?
Oh, yes. Leon was fascinated by you. The English rose. I remember the first night Paul introduced you to us. You were so different from his other girlfriends. I mean, he was never going to get married. After you came on the scene, he never touched me again. Except for that one night. I should regret it, but how can I? It brought me Cass. Helen, try to forgive Paul. He really does love you.
Oh, I do know that, thank you. Yes, I know the nature of the beast. You're a fair or fling, whatever you choose to call it. We'll get over that. I was only ever your friend by proxy. But how? How could Paul have done that to Leon? Oh, Laura. Laura, I wanted so much to take Cass. I would have cherished him. Does he look like Paul?
Not really. Sometimes when he laughs, he sounds like him. Helen, do you think you still could? I would so much rather he was with you.
I don't know. I mean, Leon's son might have been different, but perhaps I'm not as nice as you think I am. Perhaps I need to put my family first. I mean, my girls may never forgive their father.
So you're saying no. What a mess. God, what a mess.
There could possibly be one way forward, and maybe he could come.
Could?
But not as Paul's son.
Not as Paul's son.
Well, you'd have to tell him that we were old friends. You knew him when he was a little boy, and we'd love to take care of him.
I don't know if I could. God, when would you tell him? Or wouldn't you?
Oh, I don't know the answer to that.
I have to think about that.
Laura, phone. United Airlines.
Thanks.
No blood spill then.
How can you be so facile?
Because I don't know what to say to you.
Did you go to bed with her last night?
God's, of course I didn't. How could you ask me that? I love you, Helen. It was a long time ago. I'm a different man to what I was then.
You told me people don't change.
No, but they grow up.
I am feeling very tired. I think I will go and have that lie down.
Helen, do you think I should go and meet him in San Francisco?
Once you do, once you acknowledge him, there'd be no going back.
Yeah. I just think he needs to see me before Laura dies, and he needs to know who his father is.
So you do care?
I suppose I must.
He'd be curious to meet his sisters, I suppose.
Well, I'll just say that can't happen.
Oh, you can't do that. I mean, once he knows you as his dad, once he knows you are the dad, then, well, he makes the rules. None of this is his doing.
No.
Maybe we don't tell him.
What?
Well, he needn't know he's yours.
We'd be sitting on a time bomb.
He's got me on the early flight. He even got me an upgrade. Oh, God, I've done it again. Listen, I'm going to go in the garden and have a ciggy.
No, Laura, don't go. We've been talking.
Well, and I've been thinking, I cannot let Cass come and live with you. How can I let him live under the same roof as his father and not know who he is? No. He's had enough bad things in his life already.
He is Paul's son, is he?
Yes. And yes, maybe I always knew he was. Forgive me. Look, I really think if you could only meet him, then you would...
Love him? Oh, I might resent him, and he's only a child. That would be wicked.
I don't think you could. I don't think you would. But Helen, I am going to have to tell him who his father is. It's the truth. That's all I have to leave him. You two have a lot to talk about. I'll be in the garden.
We don't have to decide now, Helen.
Once it's out, the truth, it would be like a tree with roots we can't see, pushing at the foundation of our lives. It'll crack, all break. I wonder if our baby was a son.
Close your eyes. Have no fear. The monster's gone. He's on the run, and your daddy's here. Beautiful, 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 beautiful doll. Beautiful, 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 beautiful boy. Before you go to sleep, say a little prayer. Every day, every way, it's getting better and better.